Welcome to a Fortify experience, where in the next 10 minutes or so, I will be sharing with you a pass through a simple process that is personalized for you to help you quickly decrease the negative effects of feeling unsupported. Because the better you feel about who you are, the more you can create more satisfying relationships, a more healthy self-image, and a greater self-esteem that can carry you through into a more positive, productive, and fulfilling path forward. So what happens when you don't feel supported? Well, you have nowhere to turn. It can demoralize you and wipe out any motivation to succeed. And it can undo any faith you had in your own potential, among other things. Now, during this process, you will be filling in 7 blanks from A through G, so have a piece of paper and a pen or pencil handy so you can write down your answers. And that if at any point during the video you need extra time to complete the statements, feel free to pause the video. And if at first you have trouble thinking of your own specific examples, feel free to use the examples in this video as your own. It'll still work. So let's begin the process. The first statement is, or the first step is, to fill in the statement, the thing that bothers me the most about A is B. So now write down feeling unsupported for your A, and then write down why it specifically bothers you for B. Examples could be, I don't know where I went wrong, or I don't understand why I've been abandoned, or maybe I can't get my needs met. So fill in your personal answer for B in the statement, the thing that bothers me the most about A is B. The next statement is, the reason that bothers me is because it makes me feel C. Now this is your uncensored, real underlying feeling. It's your personal feeling. So fill in C for your personal feeling, and examples could be, I feel let down, or maybe even broken, or desperate, or whatever your personal feeling is. The statement again is, the reason this bothers me is because it makes me feel C. And so now we go into step 3, which is the key to the ingenuity and effectiveness of the Fortify process. Because here's where we're going to uncover the specific positive aspect within you that's unintentionally being ignored or dismissed, dishonored, or forgotten in this situation. And this positive aspect is something that you love, value, or respect about yourself, and you know to be true about you. And it's what's missing when you're feeling C. So the fact that I feel C is the next statement. The fact that I feel C demonstrates that the positive thing I love, value, or respect about myself is D, where D is that some aspect of yourself that's not being used or honored in this situation. So examples could be, I support others, or I mean no harm to anyone, or maybe even, I want to think clearly and logically. So fill in your D for the fact that I feel C demonstrates that the positive thing I love, value, or respect about myself is D. Now in step 4, we're going to fortify that D in your mind-body system. And this is easy because you simply remember a time in your life when you were activating and using D, that positive aspect that you discovered in step 3. Now these are memories that remind you that you have been able to trigger that positive aspect D naturally and automatically in other situations in your past. The statement is, I know D because E. So now search your memory and find any pattern or circumstance in any area of your life that confirms the fact that you possess that positive attribute D. And at this point there could be many examples, but we find that sometimes the simplest ones can be the best. So an example could be, I support 3 different charities, or I help whoever I can, or maybe I'm determined to resolve my issues. So fill in the statement, I know D because E, using your own personal E. Now in step 5, it's time for you to think of a specific time when you experienced that positive value in the past. The statement is, a specific time when I really felt the strength and power of E was F. Examples could be, when I collected donations door to door, or when I helped my brother move, or when I discussed my privacy issues with my roommate. So again, put in your personal answer for F. A specific time when I really felt the strength and power of E was F. Now we go into step 6. Now remember back to that time F and re-experience that whole event and feel what it felt like. And really feel how good and strong it made you feel. And feel the inner strength from that experience that makes you feel inspired or empowered or really good about yourself. And make that feeling really strong, and then double it, and then triple it, until you can feel that feeling vibrating through your entire body. And now identify in a word or two, what is that underlying real strength? The statement is, the underlying real strength that made F so powerful for me was G. Could be things like ambition, or I was essential to the successful outcome, or maybe self-reliance. So fill in your personal G. Now we go into step 7, which is now the copy process, which embeds that real strength G from another time in your life into that bother that you started out with. So focus now on that powerful real strength feeling G in your body and hold on to it and make it really strong. And then double it, and then keep making it stronger until you can triple it, and until you can feel that G feeling vibrating through your entire body. And then imagine taking some of that powerful energy G and putting it into a bowl in one of your hands, it doesn't matter which hand, while still holding on to that real strength G in your body. And feel that energy pulsating in your hand. So as you hold a ball of that powerful positive energy G in one hand, remember what that old feeling C felt like, and put a ball of that energy C into the other hand. And now we're going to experience a powerful neurolinguistic programming technique that's awesomely effective. We're going to use that ball of positive energy G that's in your one hand as a solvent that's going to completely dissolve that negative feeling or energy of C. So now as you bring these two balls of energy together, start noticing how the positive energy can literally dissolve that negative energy, and keep mixing that solvent of positive energy in with the negative energy until all of the C energy is completely dissolved and all you can feel is the positive energy of G. And feel how good that feels. So now let's see how you did. Start a new list and write down your original A. So now, using the same A as used before, feeling unsupported, complete the following statement. The thing that bothers me the most about A, feeling unsupported, is B. Now write down your new B. Now you may be surprised that your new B is different from your original B. And this is fantastic because when this happens, it proves that your previously hidden inner strength has both been activated and installed into that negative issue that you started out with. Otherwise, your B would have been the same as it was before. And this is the uniqueness of the Fortify process, because it proves that your state of mind has progressed, because it validates that you have transformed and shifted yourself into a different and perhaps more powerful state of mind, or a more peaceful state of being, a benefit you cannot get from any other technique. So at this point, if you have not yet been able to answer nothing for B, then it means that you can simply come back and do more passes through the Fortify process so you can find and stack additional positive inner strengths into that negative situation. And each time you come back, you will be using the newer B until you can finally answer nothing for B, or until you're satisfied with the progress that you've already made. Now, depending on the complexity of the issue, I have gone through numbers of passes through the Fortify process before I could finally answer nothing for B. But once I can answer nothing for B, that's when I can really feel relieved, because that's when I don't feel the same grip or sting of the original negative situation. And not only that, but I can see myself feeling more in control, more self-confident, and recognizing options and inner strengths that I didn't realize that I had before. And when you just don't feel the same anymore, imagine how different things can be when similar situations come up in the future. Can you imagine how good you can feel having overcome situations in which you felt unsupported in the past? You might wind up being more surprised than you can imagine. And not only that, but by activating and embedding those previously hidden positive inner strengths, you have also boosted your self-esteem and your self-image for that situation. Something that cannot be taken away from you now that your real strengths have been brought into your conscious awareness. And don't be surprised if you find yourself exhibiting those real strengths in other areas of your life too, because now you're consciously aware that you have those real strengths, and that means you will now be able to use them to your advantage. And for me, it's always fun and eye-opening to do the Fortify process because it makes me feel good to find and activate inner strengths that I forgot that I had. I hope you have surprising and rewarding insights about yourself like I have had. Fortify not only releases blocks to a more solid, healthy, satisfying self-image, but it also diffuses negative situations and feelings and activates positive feelings so that you can improve your results, not only for your present situations, but also for the future in any aspect of your life. So thanks so much for joining us, and we suggest that you take a look at the other issues that we cover in our YouTube videos to see what might apply to your other life situations. And please tell your friends and family about these videos because you never know who you're going to be helping by sending them to our channel. All of our videos are free with no strings attached. We would love to hear about your Fortify experiences, so send your comments to thefortifyexperience@gmail.com. And also check out our Facebook page and the Fortify Kindle book on Amazon.com by clicking on the links below. And please subscribe to our channel so that we can help keep you informed of new information and videos. Thank you so much for joining us. See you next time.